Okay, so I'm going to try to walk through a 3-player demonstration game of KyotOkiya. Just real quick, in a nutshell here, the basic gist of the game is players are going to be attempting to draft apprentice geisha, which are called Maiko, into their Okiya. They are then going to play cards in their hand of Shikomi cards, and they're trying to play enough points to meet the requirements on those geisha cards. Once they do, they'll earn the amount of influence in coins that's indicated on the card. The card gets turned over and then becomes part of their Okiya, which they can then use on subsequent turns as kind of a free bonus action. I have the board set up for the start of the game. I'll be showing you the reason behind the cards that we're playing from our hand. We're not going to show the other 2 players' hands. So the only thing left to do to set up the game for starting here is to draw and choose the Hanamachi cards for this round. Each of the 6 Hanamachi cards has a unique bonus condition and a unique special ability. So at the beginning of each season, these get shuffled up. 1 card gets discarded at random. The cards then pass around the table with each player choosing 1. You can kind of base this choice on a couple of things: your current standing in the game, the starting hand of cards that you have, and the cards that are available in the Nyokoba, because you might be able to trade out or draft cards from there as you go. We're going to go with this one. It probably has the most powerful special ability, but it also is the lowest ranked in terms of determining first player for the next season, and the bonus condition is relatively difficult to get, especially at this point of the game. We're going to go ahead and go with that one, more for the bonus than anything else. The other 2 players are going to make their selections here off camera. Okay. This little mirror that I've had sitting around is going to serve as our first player marker. The first player moves 1 space clockwise, or counterclockwise, it should say. It doesn't matter which way it goes as long as it keeps going the same direction at the end of each set of player turns. So we're going to get this started here. I'm going to leave this player order sheet down in the corner so you can see this as we go along, and it's a good reminder to myself to make sure I'm following the rules as well. So our first option, and I won't go through this on every turn, but our first option here is we can enroll a Maiko card. We can have as many Maikos enrolled as the number of the current season. So we could enroll 1 card at this time total. We're going to go for one of these 6-point cards. It's kind of ambitious. Money is at a premium at the start of the game. Points are kind of hard to come by, but just looking at what I started with here for a hand of cards, I think we can make this work. Just to note, each player at the start of the game does start out with this same set of 3 cards that are free to play, so it gives them 1 point in each category guaranteed, and it doesn't cost them anything. Just kind of helps even the playing field a little bit. Doesn't necessarily mean that those are going to be good cards to play. I'm going to start out by playing this card, which is going to be worth 2 proficiency points in the communication category. It's a little scroll here. The other categories are artistry and service. It's going to cost me 1 coin to play. I will play it on Azuma, the card that the Maiko that I enrolled on this turn, and pay my 1 coin to the bank. Okay, so each player has played one turn, 1 card from their hand. After that happens, the first player token rotates 1 space to the right, and we fill any empty spaces in the Nyokoba. Okay, now player 2 at the end of their turn has fulfilled the requirements for the geisha, or for the Maiko card that they have enrolled. So when that happens, any of these red-backed Shikomi cards that were used on that card are discarded. This card turns over and becomes part of this player's Okiya, they'll be able to use this bonus feature for the card for the remainder of the season, and again in seasons 2 and 3. You don't lose these cards, they stay with you for the rest of the game. And the player earns the amount of influence on there in coins as well. So that player is going to earn 2 coins. And then it's our turn. This card, the reason why we chose this one is its special ability is going to let us basically ignore 2 points in any proficiency category, any one proficiency category on a micro card that we're trying to graduate. So that is, we knew we were going to be going for a higher point value card just with what was available. So to make that happen, we went ahead and selected that bonus card. Fortunately, it was available for us to choose. We're going to go ahead and play this card from our hand. There's nothing else out here that's really worth trading for at this time. That's going to cost us 3 coins. I don't think I mentioned it, but each player starts the game with 5 coins, 5 mon. That completes that turn of the game. First player is going to switch over here, refill any spaces in the Miyakoba that are empty. Move over here to player 3's turn. Here's what we're looking at for our hand right now. These are essentially the 3 starting cards that everyone has. We've only got 1 coin left at this point, which kind of is hampering our choices here. So we're just going to go ahead and play one of these cards that are free. And on our next turn, then we should be able to complete this Maiko card and graduate it, get some coins back. And then player 2's turn. This player is using their special action here. So basically they are going to gain 4 coins now. But they're going to have to discard this card, and they're not going to score any end of season bonus. That completes that turn. First player token is going to move to us. We really refill the empty spaces there. I don't think any of these cards out here are really worth trading for. We're only going to get 1 more card to play during this season. So there's probably not much that we're going to be able to do. All of the geisha that are out there are fairly expensive, with the exception of Chiyoko. But again, none of these are really going to be beneficial to us. So we're just going to hang on to the other card that we have that we aren't going to use on this turn. Not going to do an exchange here. This card is free to play. We're going to play that one on Azuma here. That's going to give us 3 points in artistry, 1 point in service, and 3 points in communication. We are going to reveal this card. Normally this would be kept face down on the table, but we're going to reveal this card to use our special ability, reducing the requirement by 2 points for the service category. Because of that, we've met the requirements on the card. Azuma graduates. We're going to earn 6 coins. And Azuma becomes part of our Okiya. Okay, that ends the turn. First player moves to the right. There's nothing to replace here in the Nyokoba. So player 2 is going to start the final turn here. There's really nothing that we can do with our leftover turn here. We're just going to discard the card we have left for a couple of points. And that's going to end the first season. So any ungraduated, any unfinished geisha cards are just getting discarded. So they'll get shuffled up for the next season. For the cards that were being used to try to graduate those cards, any of the Shikomi cards just get discarded. The geisha cards stay with the player. So we're going to check the bonus conditions on here. First of all, for our card, our bonus condition was that we needed a total of Basically, for these bonus values, the Onisan values on the back of the geisha cards that we've completed, we'd need a total of 2 points for the first season in communication. We did not satisfy that requirement. Player 2 had to discard their Hanamachi card. They get nothing for the bonus. And player 3, their requirement, or their bonus condition, is they have the least mon, the lowest, least amount of coinage at the end of the season. That is in fact the case, so they're going to earn 5 coins for completing that. Then we also score the Hanamachi match bonus. So we will score 2 coins for any of our own geisha that we have that match this symbol, 1 coin for any other player's geisha that match this symbol. Unfortunately for us, that is a big fat 0, so we get nothing for that. Player 2 also gets nothing for that because they had to discard theirs. Player 3 is going to score 3 coins for that because they ended up with Shimabara, and they have 1 geisha. Player 2 also has 1. So they get 2 points, or 2 coins for their own, 1 coin for the one that belonged to player 2. So we're going to gather up the Hanamachi cards, gather up the Shikomi and Geisha cards, and get set up for Season 2 here. One thing I skipped over there was determining who ends up as the first player for the next season. So the two Hanamachi cards that were left, we had Kamashichiken and player 3 had Shimabara. They have the lowest ranked smaller number card, so they are going to become the first player for Season 2. So here's the choices that we have for Season 2. We're going to go with Pontocho. I'm not worried about the bonus condition here, but for the special ability, this lets us reuse one of our geisha cards. If we've used this geisha card with the Onisan ability during this season, we can reveal our Hanamachi card, use the special ability, essentially use this a second time. So that's what we're going to go with. Okay, player 3 is going to start this round, or this season I should say. Well, the season and this round. Or I can go for one of these freebies, just because it's nice to have in case you're in a bit of a financial bind. And I did that in the wrong order as well. Usually it doesn't make much of a difference, but there is an order to the actions you do on your turn. And enrolling should be the first thing you do, followed by discarding and drawing, if you want to. Or go ahead and throw that on there. And pay a coin in for that. And lastly, we have player 2 over here. We could enroll another geisha card at this point. I don't think there's any real advantage for us to do that right now. We're going to discard this one and draw this one as a replacement. And go ahead and play that. 3 coins. I just want to make sure that we graduate this without any issues. Okay, move over to player 2. And we're going to end this round here. We need 1 point in the service category. We're just going to hang on to the cards that we have right here. No real reason to exchange any of those at this point. I'll play this one at no cost to us. 3/3/3 is good enough to graduate Satsuki. Those are going to get discarded. This card remains in our Okiya for use later on. Satsuki graduates and earns us 6 mon. It's also going to contribute to our Hanamachi symbol bonus at the end of this season. That ends the round. First player passes to the right. Refilling the Nyokuba. Starting with player 3 here. I think we're going to play it safe. We're going to go for enrolling Komomo here. We're going to trade this in for one of these free cards. The reason for that is we have this card that we can still use this season. It's free for us to play. That by itself is going to be enough to graduate a card. We're sitting on this card, which I think is going to be a good filler for the last turn. Basically, all the other players are going to give us some money. Nothing wrong with that. So let's use our free Onisan action. I'm going to play this card. It is free. That's going to be enough to graduate Komomo. That gets discarded. This one goes back to our Okiya. And Komomo earns us 2 points. We're to player 2 to finish this round. That's not really very lucrative, so we're just going to play this card on our turn. So basically, each other player either has to pay us 2 coins or give up 4 coins to the bank. Any players that could not pay we're going to earn a coin from the bank. So player 2 is going to pay up. Player 3 is going to pay up. There we go. Okay, let's check out the bonus conditions here first of all. So our bonus condition is our geisha have service values that total 4, because we're in the second round, points or higher. We were close. We had 3. The bonus is not going to score for us. Player 2 is looking at their artistry values. They need a total of 4 or higher. They are well above that, so they're going to get 2 coins as the bonus for this round. Some of the bonus conditions are dependent on the amount of money players have, so you don't pay out the bonuses until you've checked everyone's bonus condition. And player 3 is looking for communication values of 4 or higher. They only had 2, so they did not make their bonus. So player 2 is the only one that did. They're going to earn a couple of extra coins for that. And then we're going to do the match bonus here. So we are looking for Cho. Again, doing the Hanamachi match bonus. 2 coins for every one of our own geisha, 1 for every other player's geisha that matches the symbol. Sadly for us, we just have 1. No other players have any matching cards. We're going to earn a couple of coins. Could be worse. Player 2 has Miyagawa Cho, and there are no geisha in play on the table that match theirs. They get no bonus for that. Player 3 has Kamashichikan, looking for that symbol. They have 3 of their own geisha that are going to match that, so they're going to give a total of 6 coins. Okay, that ends season number 2. We're going to reset the board here. So here's a look at the starting hand that we were dealt for the 3rd season. Lots of artistry points, not a whole lot else. Some kind of expensive cards. Probably be doing a lot of exchanging. And here's what we have for our free points for this round, so not bad. Unfortunately, we're going to get the last pick for the Hanamachi cards, so we're probably going to get the dregs that are left over. We'll see how it goes, though. I'm going to go with Shimabara and essentially gamble on the unused card. Take a look at that later in the season and see what we get. None of the geisha that are out there match our Hanamachi. This is what we've got to work with from our Okiya, so decent amount of points. Hey, go big or go home, right? We're going to draft Katsuchiyo. We're going to turn in or exchange one of these Furisode cards. And exchange it for the Shoto card, just because we're kind of low on the communication points for what we've got in our hand. I want to make sure we've got some extra points to spare. We're going to go ahead and use all of the available Onisan cards that we have from the previous seasons. And we're going to play this card from our hand for 3 coins. First, I'm going to trade this really expensive card in for Chado here. It's a better match to the points that we need. We're going to pay our 3 coins to play that card. Let's hand it around. First player passes to the right. We refill the Neokoba, and it's our turn. Okay, so we're just looking to fill 2 points in communication here. That's all we need. Before we do that, though, we're going to go ahead and use the special ability of our Shimabara Hanamachi card. So we can exchange this with one of the unused Hanamachi cards of our choice. Hopefully it's better than what we had here as far as matching with our cards. The ones that are available are, oh, okay, this looks better already. So that's the choice we're going to make. It's going to go with Patocho. Again, just a reminder that these cards are usually face down, so the other players don't know which one you have. Okay, that doesn't count as one of our actions that you can just do anytime during your turn. Let's see. So let's turn in one of these more expensive cards for this Tora, which is a perfect fit for what we need here. Pay our coin in. That's going to be enough to graduate Katsuchiyo. These will get discarded. These return to our Okiya for the end of the season scoring. And we are going to earn a nice whopping 10 coins. 10 is the highest value geisha card in the game. So that is huge. Go over to player 2. Player 2 looks a little worried over here. They may have bitten off more than they can chew. We could go for these 2 Patocho cards out here, and we'd have no trouble graduating those by the end of the game. But looking at what we have in our hand here, I think these 8 points are going to be more valuable as influence instead of just coins. So we're going to draft Tomitaka. Discard and draw 1 here, just to get this free card, because we're not going to need the points on here. Okay, so we're playing Katsuchiyo as our free Onisan action. We're going to use our special ability here to pull one of our previously used cards out of our Okiya and reuse it. Then for our card play on this turn, we're going to play this free card. That's going to be enough to graduate Tomitaka in 1 turn. That gets discarded. These return to our Okiya. Now we've used our special ability and we can't use that again this season. Tomitaka graduates. Gives us 8 coins. We are going to enroll Hanako. A couple of reasons. It matches our Hanamachi card for this round. It's also the one that we know we're going to be able to graduate without any trouble. We're going to discard this 3-coin card and replace it with a 2-coin card, because that extra coin might come in handy at the end of the game for scoring. So we're going to play this as our free action. Pay 2 coins for the Shamisen card. That's going to be enough to graduate Hanako. So that goes back to our Kia, that gets discarded. Hinako graduates. We earn a couple of points for that. That ends the round and the season. So we're going to do our final season scoring here. First, we'll check our bonus conditions. We'll do our own bonus condition first. So we are looking for Oni-san service values totaling 6 points or higher. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We more than completed that, so we're in good shape for that. Player 2's condition is that they have the lowest number of completed geisha cards. Let's see what they've got here. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We also had 6, and player 3 over here has 7. Ties are successes, whether it's for the most or the least. So player 2 has completed their bonus condition as well. Player 3's bonus condition is that they have Oni-san communication values of 6 or higher. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they did not complete their regular bonus there. But we did, and so did player 2. So we're going to earn 3 coins for ourselves. And player 2 is earning 4 coins. Now for the Hanamachi match bonus. We're looking for the little green birdies. We're gonna get 2 points, or 2 coins for everyone of our own that match, 1 for anyone else's. Just kind of take a look at these here. So we have 2 from KyotOkiya. There's 1 over here with player 2. And 1 over here with player 3. So that is 2, 4, 5, 6 coins for us. Player 2 has Gion Higashi. They have 3 in their own Okiya. And 1 more in each of the other 2s. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And player 3 is looking for the yellow wreath symbols. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 of their own. And 1 more in our own hand, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so your final scores are the total value of the influence, the total of the influence values on the geisha cards that you end the game with. So here we're going to have 10, 20, 26, 28, 34, 20, 32, 10, 20, 25. Player 3 has 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And 27 coins for 13 points. Wow, I really thought player 3 was doing better than that. Okay, well anyway, the final scores were Hey, look at that, we won. 53 points for player 1, 49 points for player 2, and 31 points for player 3. Okay, so there you have an aggressively edited playthrough video of my game KyotOkiya, condensed down from about an hour and a half long video, which turned out to be a huge pain to transfer from my iPhone to our PC for editing, since iOS still thinks that Windows can't handle files over 4 gigabytes in size. I will say a couple of things about this video. First, I really thought that player 3 was doing better than the final score indicated. Second, keeping track of 3 different players' hands and strategies and attempting to play them in an unbiased manner is no easy task. In any case, I hope you get a feel for how the game actually plays, and if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for changes or additions, please let me know. I'm thinking right off the bat the Hanamachi bonus payouts could probably use a little tweaking, but we'll see how it goes, and curious to see what you guys think. Thanks!